On a recent episode of his podcast, Steve Bannon actually suggested that former Attorney General Bill Barr could be prosecuted if Republicans take back control of the United States government. Here is what Bannon had to say on the air. Dude, you are a wimp and a loser, and I gotta tell you, that book is gonna be used as evidence against you. I would like to tell Bill Barr, preserve your documents, okay? Which of course is something you have to do if you're being criminally investigated. Hell, even if it's just a civil lawsuit, you have to preserve documents. So what exactly are you planning, Steve Bannon? Because you didn't go much further than that. You just said, preserve your documents, preserve your documents. That book that you wrote is going to be used as evidence against you. For what? You see, that's the problem Republicans always run into, right? We're going to prosecute this person. We're going to impeach Biden. We're going to take down Hunter Biden with his laptop. Cool. For what? Right? You have to have an actual crime if you're going to want to prosecute somebody, right? I mean, that's kind of like the big thing about a prosecution is you have to have a reason. But Republicans never have a reason. They always have the what, they just don't ever have the why. Now look, I despise Bill Barr just as much as anybody else out there, right? But did the guy actively engage in criminal behavior? I think that's a bit of a stretch. Unethical? 100%. Deceptive? Absolutely. Illegal though? That's where things get a little bit more difficult because everybody, of course, always wants to think that everything the other side does or everything your enemy does is automatically illegal. But just because we want it to be that way doesn't make it so. Bill Barr is a despicable, horrible human being. But did he break the law while he was serving as Donald Trump's Attorney General? Now, I'm sure you could probably make a case for obstruction of justice, right? Which is, of course, a very small crime in the world of political crimes. Obstruction of justice is very small, let's be honest. It's serious, sure. Small also. And I would say that the obstruction of justice, of course, came when Barr issued his preliminary report on the Mueller report, totally exonerating Donald Trump. That's not what the report said. Barr was, of course, trying to muddy the waters and prevent any kind of prosecution coming or impeachment coming from it. So yes, you could possibly consider that obstruction of justice. Whether or not you could stick a verdict on him for it, I think that's a whole different thing. I don't think that would be successful. So again, Barr, horrible things. Criminal, that's a bit of a harder stretch to make. But that's just, of course, what the liberals, what the left would like to do to Bill Barr. What the right wants to do to him, like why they want to prosecute him, I have no friggin' clue. All he did, of course, was piss off Donald Trump by saying there's no fraud. That's not illegal. That's not something you can prosecute somebody for. And in fact, if you attempted to sue somebody for that or prosecute them for that, they would be able to turn around and hit you with an even bigger lawsuit and basically drain you of everything you've ever gained throughout your entire life. So to that, I say, Steve Bannon, do whatever the hell you want to do, man. It's not going to end well for you. But if you really want to move forward with either suing Bill Barr or trying to get him prosecuted, I'm not going to stand in your way. Because ultimately, when it's all said and done, you're going to be the one paying the price, not Bill Barr. One of today's video sponsors is Private Internet Access VPN. Right now, they have an amazing offer for our Ring of Fire viewers. Go to privateinternetaccess.com/Ring of Fire and you can get 83% off for 3-year plans plus 4 months completely free. Private Internet Access is the world's most transparent VPN provider with over 30 million downloads. They never record or store user data, and their no logs policy has been proven multiple times in court. And this is just the type of software you need because if you aren't browsing the web using a VPN service, then you are not as secure as you'd like to think. Your data could be vulnerable to all sorts of threats that VPNs do a great job of minimizing or sometimes outright eliminating. What's more, private internet access works with all major streaming services, so you have unrestricted access to all your favorite content anywhere in the world. Plus, this is one of the few VPNs that fully supports P2P file sharing and torrenting. Private internet access has a world-class server fleet in over 80 countries, meaning you get a secure, reliable VPN connection anytime, anywhere. Plus, this VPN is available for all platforms: Windows, Mac, Android, Linux, iOS, and many more. So go to privateinternetaccess.com/ringoffire and take advantage of the special offer. 83% off for the 3-year plans. That brings it all down to about $2 per month, and you also get 4 extra months of VPN protection for free. Plus, signing up for private internet access is risk-free. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and their highly skilled customer support team of experts is available 24/7, so make sure to subscribe today.